Hey, good night to all. We're gonna start here in a second, so stay tuned. Hey, good night. How you guys doing? Thank you for those that are tuning in. I got Marcy. So happy to see you here. Bless you, man. So happy to see you here. I got Manuel Gomez, brother from Puerto Rico, mi hermano. Espero todos estén bien. Déjame quitarme los espejuelos. Hey, good night to all again. Thank you. This is another live from Ed Centeno, Retired Command Sergeant Major. Muy buenas noches. Nuevamente, este es el sargento mayor retirado de comando Ed Centeno. Vamos a tener un live bien interesante esta noche. We're going to have an interesting live tonight, so please tune in. Again, I have to go through my notes, so bear with me for a second. Been super busy, he estado súper ocupado en el trabajo, pero estamos aquí vivos, gracias a Dios. Y de verdad que le damos gracias a todos aquellos que se pueden conectar. Vamos a tener un tema bien interesante esta noche. We're going to have an interesting topic. I think I'm going live on YouTube. I'm trying to troubleshoot it. If not, I record the video and then I post it with notes. Estoy tratando de YouTube también el canal. Si no salgo después el mensaje lo edito y lo pongo en YouTube. Nuevamente el sargento mayor retirado Centeno de Edson Consulting. Me pueden encontrar en edsinconsultation.com. Esa es mi página, edsinconsultation.com. Again, this is retired command sergeant Ed Centeno. You can find me on my website, edsinconsultation.com. And you can send me a private message there. Ahí me puedes enviar un mensaje privado si necesitas alguna ayuda. Please share these videos for those that are interested. The topic tonight is going to be specific for the civilian federal force. Específicamente el tópico de esta noche va a ser más para empleados federales civiles. But I do all different stuff, like I told before, planning for retirement, military and civilian, forecasting your benefits. Also, VA claims, I'm working on that too. Notary Public, también estoy trabajando con notaría pública y discapacidad de veteranos. So, estoy haciendo muchas cosas. More to come when I retire. 4.5 years, I can wait so I can fully engage in this and help my wife with her thing too. So, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to follow up with the videos and the content of this YouTube channel, you have to subscribe to my channel. So please, when you have time, go to my website on Facebook and you actually can follow the link. I just posted it yesterday. Puse ahí el link para que puedan suscribirse al canal de YouTube. Para hacer entonces, ahí pueden ver los videos que están actualizados. So you can see the videos there that are going to be updated. Again, want to promote my wife again, Seven Heaven Boutique. She has her own website. promocionar a mi esposa 7heaven Boutique. Todas esas damas que le gustan verse de bonitos, por favor, vean su página 7heavenboutique.com. Nuevamente, como siempre digo, yo no represento al gobierno. I do not represent the government. This is a consultation business. I do not represent the military and I do not represent any entity of the government. Nuevamente, yo no represento al gobierno ni ninguna entidad del gobierno. Tuvimos un tópico bien interesante hace 2 semanas atrás. We have an interesting topic 2 weeks ago. And we talked about leadership. And I had a great audience from Puerto Rico. Most of them, tuve una audiencia bastante bonita de soldados que serví con ellos en Puerto Rico. And we were able to share a lot of experiences. And I think it was really, really productive for those that tune in. So I just want to help people. That's what I want to do when I retire. Quiero y me gusta ayudar a la gente, en especial a veteranos que sirvieron o que necesitan alguna ayuda. Me pueden nuevamente enviar un mensaje para yo poderle ayudar. And we're going to start with a funny video before I start here in a second. I just want to break the monotony a little bit, right? Quiero romper un poquito la monotonía, ¿no? Hablé de lo que hablamos la semana pasada. Talked about what we talked about last 2 weeks actually. And one of the uniqueness of my channel and the consulting business is that I translate as I go. Una cosa única de este canal y también de la consultoría es que yo traduzco según estoy dando el mensaje, ¿no? So unique because a lot of people do understand better in Spanish, some other people in English, so I do it both ways, you know. So just bear with me. I think it's really influential and beneficial, especially for those service members and federal members of the civilian force in Puerto Rico. Es muy beneficioso para aquellos que están en Puerto Rico. So again, I'm gonna play a funny video. Bear with me. So I'm gonna turn the volume up a little bit. It's just a funny video, okay? Bear with me for a second. Let me change my screen. And I hope you like it, okay? Just want to break the monotony. And actually, this happened, and I don't know how this happened.
Or do you want to get on the phone and explain to Sergeant Major while you're hanging on the edge of that helicopter like Stallone and Cliffhanger, and Gonzalez is twirling around like a human frisbee?
So this actually happened. I'll explain here in a second.
Sorry, Sergeant Major. Lord, listen, everything is an emergency. You understand. Absolutely. But to be honest, Sergeant Major, who did you hear this from? Delta Company? I thought so. Sergeant Major, integrity check. Delta Company is very jealous of Charlie Company right now. We've had 0 issues. We are great on bedrooms, so. Oh, of course. Absolutely. Huh? Someone gets smacked down from there. He's hanging up there like the most inconspicuous pinata I've ever seen. People don't even need a blindfold. The kid's already in camo, just swinging at nothing as he hangs from that helicopter. And for Christ's sakes, what are you doing, Smith? What led you to think that jumping out of the helicopter was a great idea? You look like a fast-roping Fruit Loop. Gonzalez is gonna need some help out of that frickin' Stokes basket. Get out of the basket, Gonzalez. Afuera. Afuera the basket, Gonzo.
Pretty funny. All right, I just want to start with a little bit of breaking the ice, right? So let me close this over here for a second. So let's get right into it. Again, I hope you enjoyed that small video there. Let me go back to my notes here. We're gonna go to the news real quick. So I covered the news real quick. A couple news actually, interesting stuff that's going on. This actually was, and this is also for service members. Esto es para miembros de servicio y esto habla de la demanda que tiene la compañía 3M Set of a $1 billion trust to settle veteran suits over earplugs. So you need information with that, let me know. And I did it, I'm still waiting for a response. And talking about defective earplugs, se está hablando aquí de earplugs que eran defectuosos y aparentemente estaba buscando información y hay muchos miembros de servicios que han recibido ya dinero. So this is pretty recent. I was reading into it 27 July 2022. And I'm just gonna read a little bit. Manufacturing giant 3M is establishing a $1 billion trust to settle lawsuits filed by thousands of U.S. troops and veterans of rear plugs the service members said did not work. So básicamente está que están hablando de llegar a un acuerdo de $1 billón para empezar básicamente a darle dinero a los soldados. Si necesitas información referente a ese tópico, por favor déjame saber. If you need information on reference to that topic, please let me know. There's another news over here. Army veteran who faked blindness for nearly $1 million going to prison. So, este es un soldado que tenía, que estaba clamando discapacidad, aparentemente estaba diciendo que era ciego y era una mentira. So, it was a lie. I'm going to read a portion of it. A former soldier who defrauded Veterans Affairs out of nearly $1 million by pretending to have a severe connected disability was sentenced in court to less than a year in prison. So básicamente lo cargaron. His name was John Paul Cook, 58, from Marshall, North Carolina. So almost $1 million. So he got, he's in prison right now for that. Crazy stuff, right? Let's go into the topic of tonight. Again, really interesting topic. I'm going to go slow. Voy a ir lento en este tópico. Si tienen alguna pregunta en específico, por favor, let me know. You have a specific question in this specific topic, please let me know, because this is really important for those working on the federal civilian force, okay? Talking about preparation for retirement, and in special, we're going to talk about the special retirement provisions, okay? And this is going to cover some categories. Esto va a hablar básicamente de unas categorías en específico, and I'm going to break them down. But again, if you have any questions, let me know. You can put it on the chat. You can send me a private message to Facebook. Also, you can send me a private message on my website, okay? So, we're going to talk about in specific or special retirement provisions. Vamos a hablar específicamente de las provisiones de retiro especiales. But I'm gonna start about, to abbreviate this topic of tonight, some stuff that you have to do in preparation for retirement. Algunas cosas que tienes que hacer en preparación para retiro. And number one is make sure that you are well aware of the latest information in your agency. Que tengas la información más actualizada de tu agencia. You can find this through human resources, and you have to be on top of this, because if not, it will bite you in the butt, and before you know, it's time to retire, and you don't even have no idea how much you're going to be making, how much money you're going to lose, and all that stuff. And I have a couple of videos on this topic that also on YouTube, okay? Point number two is get a hold of human resources department at least a year before you plan to retire. So específicamente que te contactes con el departamento de recursos humanos por lo menos un año antes de que te retires. That's so important for you to do. Jabdiel Serrano's watching. Thank you, brother, for those tuning in. Point number three is use available calculators to project your benefits and deductions. Mira, hay muchas calculadoras que proyectan, y hablando también de las deducciones, cuando estamos hablando de plan médico, plan dental, el suplemento, que eso voy a hablar más tarde de Social Security Supplemental. So, there's a lot of calculators out there that are embedded into the website that you work for. For example, Department of Energy, Department of Defense has their own, Department of Homeland Security also. So I'm really familiar with the one for Homeland Security and also Department of Defense. So you need help with those, I can help you with that. Point number four, punto número cuatro, calculators. I'm going to show you a pamphlet here from the agency that I'm working right now. So I'm going to show you some stuff right now, okay? So who does this apply to? And also, what does it mean, okay? So let me open something in here, okay? Give me a second, all right? Here we go. So this is a pamphlet. I'm going to cover some of it because it's a lot of information. It's really important for you to find out the latest pamphlet from your agency. Tienes que estar seguro que te asegures que tiene la última información del Departamento de Recursos Humanos para entender lo que está sucediendo, porque esto cambia regularmente. En esta en específica, I'm gonna touch some points before I go into the provisions. The retirement process, the best day to retire, the income tax and your annuity. A lot of people well, they should know that they have to pay taxes on their retirement, but a lot of people sometimes forget that. And that has to be taken into consideration when you do the math. Mucha gente se le olvida sacar cálculos que tienen que pagar impuestos en el retiro y se le olvida calcular eso cuando están proyectando. I can also help you with that. The lump sum annual leave payment, that's another one that's really a lot of people ask about. And credit for sick leave in your annuity, okay? Those are briefly, I highlighted already the ones I'm gonna touch. On the retirement process, like I said, make sure you plan ahead a year. It says it over here in the pamphlet. Within a year of your planned retirement date, if not earlier. Te lo dice aquí bien específicamente, un año, y si puedes hacerlo, mejor mucho antes. I'm about 4 years and some change to retire, 4 years and a half, and I'm already ahead of the game. The same with the military. I did it, and I retired. I had the package together. I have the pay packet for the retirement, for the reserve on the queue. I have a hard copy, so I'm ready. So I can help you with all this. So ya yo tengo todos esos paquetes ya disponibles para enviarlo. Within 1 year, again, plan, make sure you get a hold of Human Resources, like I said. Asegúrate que te contacte con el Departamento de Recursos Humanos. Hay mucha información aquí, solamente me voy a familiarizar o voy a proyectar solamente unos apuntes aquí. The best day to retire. I'm going to read it, what is highlighted in yellow. You might also want to consider the rules regarding lump sum annual leave. So tienes que considerar cuáles son las reglas de básicamente de coger el dinero de los días de vacaciones que acumulaste. Eso es lo que eso significa. Tienes que proyectar el día porque también depende cuando tomes ese día, vas a tener que pagar dinero en taxes on that, some of that money if you cross to the fiscal year or next year, and that's really important. So a lot of people recommend from September to December, even December, because you accumulate the hours of leave from last year, and then you can carry over more hours so you can get money, and that should sustain you and help you before you actually start getting paid from your benefits, okay, for your annuity. So muchas personas planifican esto para retener dinero, porque algunas veces el paquete se tarda en procesar, algunas veces escuchados hasta 3 y 4 meses. Sometimes I have heard it takes up to 4 months, which is you need money to sustain for that time. This is why this is so important. And specifically, if you're gonna catch out annual leave, okay? So you have to make sure you plan it correct. I can help you with that to project it when you want to do it. And I'm gonna give you an example that I have on my projection here in a second so you can see what I'm talking about. Te voy a dar una proyección aquí en unos minutos para que veas básicamente de lo que estoy hablando. So this is really important for you to take in consideration, okay? Bien importante. Income tax and your annuity, los impuestos que vas a pagar, bien importante. You have to make sure that you calculate that because remember, I talked about this in another video. Yo hablé de esto en otro video que you will lose more than 50% of your salary, some of us. Que nos recordemos que podemos perder hasta más de 50% de nuestro salario. Unless you have military time, like I gave you my example of buying 15 years of active duty or any other example. I'll touch that in here in a second. If you go a year over, every year counts for 1%. So I'll cover that here in a second. But really important for you again to understand that you're going to have to pay taxes in your annuity, okay? Tiene que, bien importante que vas a pagar este impuesto en tu salario de retiro. I talked about the lump sum annual leave payment. If you need this information, please reach out to me. I have all these pamphlets, all this information, and I can send it to you. When I edit the video on YouTube, I actually put the links where you can find this information, okay? This is another one, credit for sick leave in your annuity. crédito para tus días de enfermedad en tu, básicamente, en tu salario que vas a recibir al año después que te retires. These have a percentage, and I'm not going to cover the formula right here, but depending how many days of sick leave you accumulate, you can accumulate up to a year, okay? That will count for 1% for your retirement for pay. So that also is taken into consideration in the one formula that they do, okay? So that's also taken into consideration, okay? And I think, yo creo que esos son todos los puntos que quiero cubrir con eso antes de ir a un ejemplo, all right? Again, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. All right. So here's an example here, okay? And I'm gonna touch briefly, and before I go to that, let me go to something else. Okay, before I go to that. Let me maximize this a little bit so you can see better. Two things I wanna cover. Regular FERS, right? And actually special provisions. And I cover that a little bit more deeper here in a second, okay? Requirement for retirement, difference from regular FERS and special provisions. Special provisions are though, and I'm just gonna give you some examples, law enforcement, firefighters, air traffic controllers, nuclear material carriers, Capitol Police, just to mention a couple. Solo para mencionar algunos que son las provisiones especiales, estamos hablando de personas que trabajan en la ley, bomberos, lo que se llama nuclear material carriers, la gente que trabaja en la policía de la capital, just to mention a couple, okay? The other ones in regular FERS, they're just regular, that they usually have to do 30 years to retire, and I cover that here in a second, okay? So requirements for retirement for FERS, okay? And this is some of the points, okay? You have to make sure you check with your agency because some of this stuff can have a little bit of variance, okay? Tienes que asegurarte que hables con tu agencia porque algunas de estas cosas pueden tener un poquito de variantes, okay? Number one, at least 62 years old with 5 years, okay? I'm not going to talk about the percentage that you're going to get. This is just some of the requirements. Or age 60 with 20 years of service. Or reach your minimum retirement age, that's the MRA, with 30 years of service. The MRA, minimum retirement age, that's a term that you should be familiarized with, especially if you work under special provisions. Lo que se llama el MRA, que es básicamente la edad mínima de retiro, tienes que estar bien familiarizado con ese término, depende en el tipo de trabajo que tú trabajas. La pensión se calcula de FERS, the pension for FERS, this is the little formula that I talked about, is your high 3 times the years that you put in credible service multiplied by the 1%, okay? Times the multiplier, I'm sorry, equals 1%, okay? The difference with this and special provisions is that special provisions, because of the high risk of the job that you're performing, por el tipo de trabajo que estás haciendo, pues estos son los requerimientos, okay? Number one, age 50 with 20 years you can retire if you're under special provisions. Or with 25 years of service you can retire at any age. Con 25 años de servicio te puedes retirar a cualquier edad. Aquí está la fórmula de la matemática para la pensión. This is the calculation of the pension right here. Your high 3 times of years of credible service times the multiplier, which is equal 1.7%. That's a multiplier for the first 20 years. If you keep serving after the 20 years for special provisions, every year after counts for 1%. Si sigues trabajando bajo las provisiones especiales, después de los 20 años, de 1.7% baja a 1%. Eso es bien importante que lo sepa. That's really important for us to know. This is the computation again for those that want to know the formula. Is your high 3 times credible years of service times your multiplier, and that will give you your gross annual pension. Now, I said gross annual pension because remember, you're going to have deductions of that, and I'm going to cover that here in a second. Recuérdate que esto es básicamente grosso porque van a haber deducciones de la pensión que vas a cobrar. Okay, that's really, really important for you to understand. This is an example, so you can see the breakdown here. This is an example, all right? This is an example of this computation that I just told you. And here you're going to see some of the deductions. Y aquí vamos a ver algunas de las deducciones. Esta persona básicamente, no voy a proyectar obviamente lo que está haciendo al año. This is just to briefly. But in a month, the first base annuity, en el mes, la anuidad que se va a llevar al mes son 3,750. Todo lo que está en paréntesis son deductions. Everything that's in parentheses are deductions. In this example, is the survivor benefit premium, okay? And that's pretty much for your wife, okay? For your spouse or that significant other. The supplemental, what they call it many names, I'm gonna cover here that in a second. And this is so important. The supplemental, they call it Social Security, they call it different stuff. I'm gonna cover here more deeply in a second. You'll get, in this case, $1,300, a little bit more, okay? Deductions again, in this case, health insurance and also dental and vision. En este ejemplo específico, deducciones de plan médico y también de plan dental y visión. So aquí vas más o menos viendo la matemática cuando le sumas el suplemento y le restas el plan médico y el dental y el visual, y básicamente eso es lo que está sobrando. So that's how you're getting back pretty much. This is just a projection, okay, with this example. This is based on 20 years with 15 years of military time buying it. And that 15 years, 1% over, you can do the math, that's 49% of your salary, give or take. But what is not showing up here is your deductions of taxes. I'm sorry. Lo que no se proyecta aquí es la deducción de los impuestos. De ese dinero que tú ves ahí, they're going to take taxes out. For that money there, they're going to take taxes out. And you need to project that because you want to make sure you're set. This is not including TSP. This is not including if you're getting VA benefits, I talk about that. This is not including if you're getting a pension from the retirement from the Army Reserve or Reserve, any other branch, or National Guard. And that does not affect your retirement from the civilian. A lot of people confuse that because the Reserve and National Guard is completely a different retirement system aside from active duty. Because if you bring active duty to buy your time, you have to waive your military pension. That's another topic. Okay, eso es otro tópico que tienen que entender. Estoy hablando básicamente de Reserva y Guardia Nacional. I'm just saying that you have to plan this to understand it. You have to understand how this works. Tienes que entender cómo esto funciona para proyectar el dinero. I talked about the annual leave that you project. And this is, I think, 400 some hours. And this is the lump sum that you will get, okay? $21,000 some dollars. This is just a projection. I'm really familiar with the system of the projection. If you need help, let me know. And also with the Department of Defense. And we can do the numbers. I also have an Excel sheet that I can help you with, so we can plug in the numbers and you can project how much money you're gonna get paid. That's pretty much it with that. I'm gonna go into the special provisions, which is this is a really interesting topic. And actually, let me go back. I'm sorry. Déjame volver acá. On my Facebook, on my YouTube channel, I put the links where I got this information. I vetted this information. I also contacted a consultant that does retirement planning for federal civilian. También contacté a una persona que hace retiro para personas civiles federales. Y le voy a decir lo que él me contestó, unas preguntas específicas cuando estábamos hablando del suplemento. Y eso es bien importante, este tópico that I'm going to cover now, okay? And I want to make sure this is probably one of the most topics that they don't talk, and it's hard to find information about it, to be honest with you. Y es bien difícil encontrar información. Special retirement provisions, okay? This is for, I'm just going to cover some of them, line of work, that applies. LEOs, law enforcement, air traffic controllers, firefighters, nuclear military couriers, Capitol Police, just to mention some. Algunos que caen en esta categoría los mencioné anteriormente: la policía, personas que son trabajan de air traffic controller, que trabajan en las torres en los aeropuertos, los bomberos y la posición que se llama nuclear military courier, which actually I did that. That was my first agency that I worked in as a nuclear military courier. In specific, this is for people working on the first employees retirement system under the special provision. Okay, I want to make sure I made that clear. The two terms that I talked about: first, supplemental Social Security, el suplemento del seguro social. Se puede también entender por otros términos, se le llama también Retiree Annuity Supplement, RAS, and also Special Retirement Supplement, SRS. So you listen to those terms. I'm going to repeat them again. That's what that means. It's a supplemental Social Security. That $1,300 some that I showed you in that sheet, that's what that means. Again, Retiree Annuity Supplement, RAS, and Special Retirement Supplement, SRS. Okay. It's designed to supplement Social Security, but it's not provided by Social Security. La intención es para suplementar el seguro social hasta que seas elegible para el seguro social, pero no es pagado por el sistema de seguro social. Esto viene del sistema de FERS o de OPM. This is come from OPM or FERS. And again, this does not come from Social Security. You also have to understand when you're eligible for a Social Security from 62, 65, 67. This is not counting disability Social Security. That's another topic. But, and I'm going to give you an example here in a second so you understand how this affects, okay? And this is what is called the earning test. Okay, esto es lo que se llama la prueba de earnings, de ganancia de impuestos, por decirlo así. This is really important, and I want to make sure that, and I have the website that I received this information, okay? And I'm going to cover some of the topics with my notes. I'm going to post this information there, and I'm going to go into this one, which is also, I'm going to put that information there. And I vetted this information with other information I'm going to cover here in a second, okay? I want to make sure that you understand that this is actually terms that we have to get familiar as well. All right? So let me go back to my notes. A first annuitant who received the retiree annuity supplement and who is employed after retire from federal service may lose all or part of the retiree annuity supplement if the amount he or she earns the exempt amount. There's a cap, and I'm going to give this example so you can understand what I'm talking about. I give you my example. I'm going to retire 52 to 53. My MRA, minimum retirement age, this is for special provisions, remember that. So my MRA doesn't hit until I'm 57. I'm explaining this so you can understand when I go into these terms so you can understand what I'm talking about. Quiero explicar esto para que cuando estemos hablando los términos que entiendas de qué estoy hablando. So the supplemental that I showed you of $1,300 some is not going to be affected until I reach 57 years of age. Okay? Esto me va a afectar a mí cuando yo cumpla 57 años. ¿Por qué? Porque estas reglas básicamente son las mismas del Seguro Social, que si, por ejemplo, tú coges discapacidad, tú no puedes hacer cierta cantidad al año o al mes. I want to make sure you understand that. So this covered because, or this is implemented because when you reach your MRA, depending how much money, if you get another job, when you report that income, your supplemental is going to be affected. And the rule of thumb is for every $2 on that salary, your supplemental is going to be affected $1. So pretty much 50%. All right? If you need this information, let me know and I can send it to you. All right? So for this year alone, the annual exempt amount for 2022 is 12 times monthly amount of $1,630 or $19,560. Ok, esto es este año, el 2022. No puedes hacer exento Recuérdense, eso es cuando cumplan 57 años, ¿ok? Hasta los 62, los 67, que ahí tú puedes hacer toda la cantidad de dinero que tú puedas, que tú quieras y no te va a afectar. So this affects until 67 and you can make all the money and it will not affect you unless you take disability or you start getting your Social Security at 62. I mean, there's different variants in here. I want to make sure you understand this. So if first annual earnings exceed the amount, then OPM will reduce the retiree annuity supplement $1 for every $2. I covered that. Cubrí eso. Calculating the earning deductions consist of the sums of salary wages for service performed during the year plus net earning from self-employment for the year. So esa es de la manera que estás recibiendo el dinero. Okay. The MRA for law enforcement and the provisions usually is 55 or 57. I give you my example. So if I leave at 52, si yo me voy a los 52, yo puedo tener otro trabajo, no me va a afectar. Puedo hacer todo el dinero que yo quiera, no me va a afectar el suplementario. Te expliqué que eran los 1389 que te expliqué. Cuando cumplas 57 es donde esto me va a afectar. Okay? If you get a job. And what happens is the following, and I'm going to tell you straight up. There's a lot of people that leave the federal service early because they want to get that job, and that is awesome. And there's also others that wait until 57 and then they leave. And this affects those more when you reach that age of 57. Because if you don't have enough money saving your TSP, if you don't have investments in other stuff, trust me, you're going to have to work depend if you adjusted your lifestyle. Créemelo, si no planificaste bien, si no proyectaste cuánto vas a sacar de tu TSP, te va a afectar. Y imagínate salir a 57, vas a trabajar y te va a afectar de esta manera. So this is the way I can help you so you understand them projecting. This is the question that I asked this person that I know, specific, because I have many questions about this topic and I could not get information. I found all this online and reaching out to people. Mi hermano Caban, what's up, my brother? Man, you came in late. Hey, my brother Caban here, served with that guy, man. He's in Missouri right now. Well, he's hot over there, man. A brother from another mother. Thank you for tuning in, brother. So, hey, Caban, I'm talking about federal civilian. Just so that you know. I know, he said he came in late. You know, it's my regulars came in late, but that's okay. You know how it is. You know what, man? Let me give you a slap, bro. Anyway, so going back, I asked this question specific for special provisions because there was a lot of confusion and a lot of people could not answer this question. And I asked him the following questions. If you retire, if your retiree annuity supplemental, RAS, affected if you retire before the MRA and get another job? That's the question I asked him. This is his answer. The earning test will not apply against your RAS until after you attain your MRA, which is likely to be 57. Okay? So, lo voy a traducir ahora en español esta pregunta. La primera pregunta que yo le pregunté fue que si el RAS, el Retiree Annuity Supplemental, se afectaba antes que tú llegabas a la edad mínima de retiro si tenías otro trabajo. Y esta fue su contestación. El examen o el test no empieza hasta que cumplas tu MRA, que en este caso sería 57 años. Esta fue la otra pregunta. All right, brother. Yeah, I know you've been busy, man. Trust me, man. I've been super busy too, bro. Super busy, man. I know. There's a lot of reading and stuff in there, brother. I know. Trust me. Just stay in there, brother. I'm sorry, buddy. I have a lag. Probably have a lot of. Let me start closing some of these websites here. Thanks for letting me know, bro. Yeah, I have a lot of websites open. Let me close them. Okay. Let me know if it gets better, okay? Me dejan saber si se arregla un poquito. Que me están diciendo que hay un poco de lag en el video. Okay? Let me know if it gets better, bro. I close a lot of, a couple of websites. Déjame ver si se ve un poquito mejor. And this is a great topic, man. Let me know, brother, if it's better. Okay. I closed a couple of sites and stuff. All right, let me go back to it. So the second question that I asked was the following: what happens with the RAS when you reach your MRA? So this is his answer. After age 57, you will report your annual earning to OPM, and they may adjust or may stop your RAS based on your earnings. And I give you some of the examples that could and how can affect you. So la pregunta número 2 era cómo te afectaría en el suplemento, y básicamente hablando de los 57 años que tienes que reportar el income a OPM básicamente. All right. So this is really interesting. You have to make sure that you understand these terms. You have to make sure that you plan accordingly. Hey, Kavan, let me know if it's better, man. Okay. You have to make sure that you understand so you can plan. Tienes que estar seguro que puedas entender estos términos para que te puedas familiarizar. Listen, for those that tune in early, if you could not because of technical issues, let me know, please. Sometimes it's technology. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If I have to do this live again, I have no issues doing it because this is some great information that I wanted to push out. Okay, some great information. So that's pretty much it for tonight. I've been going for almost 40 minutes. This is really, really important. Please let me know. Retirement for federal civilian special. La culpa es de killer. No, man. I mean, everything is working fine here. So I guess I don't know if it's in your end, because even over here on my phone is working good. So I don't know if is it over there or is it the internet over there, but my on my phone here is working fine. So I don't know if you're over there, man. It's not killer fault, man. Don't say that. So again, I don't have anything else. Great topic. If you want the information, I'll edit the video and put it in YouTube. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Oh yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Okay, brother. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and this information is going to be there. I actually edit these videos, put the information, put the links where I got the information from. So you're more than welcome to tune in over here to chit chat a little bit, because I know Kavan always want to chit chat a little bit, and probably this could lead to something else. But for those that tune in, thank you so much. Retired Command Sergeant Mayor again. Sargento Mayor retirado del Centeno. De verdad, muchas gracias por conectarse conmigo, y de verdad que le doy las gracias nuevamente. Okay. So Kavan, what's up, brother? How's everything, man? When you finish with MLC, man? When you're done with that thing? Again, if anybody else has any question, let me know. I can answer it here. If not, check out my website, esinconsultation.com. You can send me a private message there, okay? Me pueden enviar un mensaje privado ahí, ¿está bien? If anybody has anything, I know there's a lot of people that could not tune in. Sometimes it's the time. I understand that. If there any specific topic that you want to discuss, let me know. Oh, awesome, man. So Tuesday, awesome. You're almost over, man. That's almost over. Casi ya termina. Dude, you gotta start planning for retirement, man. Let me know when you wanna talk, man. Before you know he's there. You can't wait for the last minute, man. So again, retired Command Sergeant Centeno, thank you so much for tuning in. Kavan, I'm gonna see if I can do one on Tuesday. I'm gonna see if this video actually went all in. If not, I'm probably gonna have to do this one again. This is a great message that I hope some people receive the information. Esto es un tópico que casi no se habla, so espero que hayan recibido la información. Oh, for real? Awesome, man. Awesome, brother. Well, let me know you need any help, man. Let me know when you're in the area. See if I can help you out. I'm planning with some service members in Puerto Rico that were here for that last meeting that we had. Planning to do something in Zoom so we can actually talk to each other. So I'm planning it for the future. Let me know. I'll reach out to you and see how you schedule. So trying to look for the best time. It's not going to take more than an hour. No se va a tardar más de una hora, 40 minutos, you know, but I'm looking for a topic and also who wants to do it. So let me know. Probably 5 or 10, you know. We can go from there. But like always, if you need any help, man, let me know, brother. I know you're tuning late, but hey, bro, take it easy, man. Thank you, guys. Have a great night. Stay safe out there. You're too much, brother. Stay safe, my brother. Say hi to the family, man. Take it easy, my brother. Next time, hey, put that reminder, man. You're one of my regulars, brother. Everybody, good night. God bless you all, man. Have a great night, man. Thank you. Bye-bye.